you're here, guys, I am guessing that you're going gray and you are curious about how I fell in love with my gray hair, or maybe you're not even going gray and you're just curious. And if you're new here, my name is Millie, and if you're my returning subscriber, hey. So guys, in today's video, like it says in the title, I'm going to be talking about how I fell in love with my gray hair. And I started going gray very young. I think well, I was like in my 30s already, maybe even earlier. I started getting like gray hairs here in front, so I just left it alone. And as time went on, you could see the grays that were becoming thicker and thicker. So I decided to start coloring my hair. But I only used henna. I never used anything else but henna. And most of the time I used to buy this henna in Uganda. And when I think back in those days, I know my country, because sometimes they're trying to make money, so they might even mix in things that are not henna. You know, they might mix in things to, you know, to make money. So yeah, those are things that I was doing at that time. So I kept on coloring my hair, and I'll be coloring my hair every like 2 months, and my hair was growing, you know. And this henna smells, you know, like it really smells bad. And I think at some point I was like, I'm tired of this henna. I'm tired of this smell, you know. Every time I colored my hair, the house would be smelling. And I was like, I'm not going to color my hair anymore. I'm done with it. But the whole thing is, how did I get the courage, you know? How did I get the courage to stop coloring my hair? And I think, first of all, I just told myself, like, I have to accept it. And I have to love my hair. I have to love my gray hair. And if I love my gray hair and I accept it and I embrace it, you know, and yeah, I think I'll be fine. And I think I was also single, so that was also kind of something I thought about. Like, I'm single and I kind of look young and I'm going to have this gray hair, you know. But I was like, I have to accept this, and I'll take it as it comes, you know. I was like, I have to accept it, you know. I'm sure there will be there will be a man who will accept me like the way I am, you know. But I was like, I'm going to focus on me, accept this hair, because this was stressing me out. And taking time, you know, I would like use so long time, you know. You have to put on this henna on the hair, and you have to let it sit like for hours and hours until it dried, and then you had to wash it out. It was all over the place. If you use white towels, they will all be a mess. And I was like, no, I'm done with that. And I think I accepted it, and I stopped. And I think like a whole year or even more, because I did not want to cut off my hair. The easiest thing was if I just cut off all the hair and then grew out the gray hair. But I just let the henna fall out. So for a long time, actually, I had my gray hair, I had my black hair, and I have really, really black hair. The areas in my hair where it is not gray, it's really dark. I just saw my daughter yesterday, and I was like, wow, she looked like she had colored her hair very, very jet black. So, and then I had the gold orange kind of, you know, color of the henna. So I used that. And as you know, I love head wraps. That helped me a lot. So I was wrapping my head a lot, and the hair grew and the hair grew, and I was like, yeah, I started like wearing it out. But I think the whole question is how I decided, how I accepted it, how I got the courage. I think I told myself I'm beautiful. I think I told myself I'm still beautiful even with the gray hair, you know. I think I'll still be beautiful with the gray hair. And I think I told myself I can put on some makeup, you know. I can accessorize with the earrings, you know. I think it's always like, you know, like sometimes people focus, oh, I have a bad nose, or I have bad lips, or whatever. Sometimes it's about like twerking the things around that area to make it look good. So I was like, if I put on my makeup, if I accessorize and all that, I'll still look good, you know. But I used to wear a lot of head wraps, you know. So the hair grew out and started growing out. And I think, to be honest, I think I stopped actually coloring my hair at the same time I met Jan. And when I met Jan, before I met him, like personally, before I met him, because we met online, And before I met him, I said I have an afro, and until this day, he always tells that to people. Like, he never understood why I said I had an afro. But the reason I said that I had an afro, because many people, well, I'm not going to speak for many people, some men, even African men, they don't like natural hair, you know. I think some Caucasian men, they see a lot of these black women, African women, or women of color, they're wearing braids, they're wearing weaves, they're wearing wigs. So I think sometimes some of them, if they're gonna meet you, they're probably going to think you're having the same kind of hair. So I just wanted to warn him, and I said I had an afro, but he never said anything about that. Like, he never commented or anything. But when we met, he asked, why did you say you had an afro? I said, because not everybody likes this kind of hair, but he was I think he was in love with my hair, love with all of me. I don't say he was in love with my hair, but I think he just loved me, and he liked me. I should not say he loved me, I think, when we just met, but I think he liked me, and the hair didn't mean anything to him. So for me, I think one of the things I told myself, like, going gray, it's also going to be hard for me maybe to meet somebody, but I think I'm going to go like this. Take me or leave me, you know. I'm not going to cover my hair. Like, if I go on dates, I'm not going to be like covering my hair in head wraps, and I go on many dates with this person and then covering my hair in head wraps all the time, and then one day, boom, I take it off. No, I just said to myself, like, if I'm going to go on dates, I think I'm going to let my hair out, because then the person sees it, and then they know what they're getting into. So I met a mature man who he did not mind my gray hair, and I think that was an encouragement. I also think, like, when I cut my hair, when I first went natural, it was also, I think, the same thing. I was like, wow, I'm still young, you know. What was I, in my 30s? I think I was in my 30s, you know. I was like, I'm still young, and I'm cutting all of my hair, because I was tired of straightening my hair. I shave all my head. I shaved my head. It was, I think, 2010. I remember clearly, my daughter helped me shave my head, and I was like, wow, I'm single. I don't know how that's gonna work out, you know. But I just told myself, I'm just going to go out like this with my hair. I'm just going to wear my hair out like this, and if I start dating, I'm just going to go out like this, and because let me represent myself, and people will accept me the way I am, instead of like hiding under wigs and stuff like that. I never ever wore a wig. Like, when I went natural, I just wore my hair out. But I remember the first time I went out after I cut my hair, it was really, really short. It was like shaved, you know. So I was wearing these big earrings, and I went in town. I was like, whoa, I was getting this attention both from women and men, and I was like, wow, okay. So I think that gave me a really, really confidence, you know. At that time, I was still like having a nice body and all that, so I was really dressed up, and I put on makeup, and I accessorized with my earrings, and I like, wow, people were saying like, you're edgy or something like that. I was like, wow, okay. That gave me confidence. And I think when I was going to go gray, when I decided to go gray, that was the same thing I thought about. Like, last time I cut my hair and it was fine. So, but I think, I don't know, like, you have to first accept it. You have to love yourself. And I think if you have a husband at home, maybe you have to introduce the idea to him and say, like, this is what I want to do. To be honest, I think maybe some husbands might be discouraged or something. I don't know. If I wanted to do something and my husband was discouraged like that, I don't know what I would think. But of course, somebody made you looking different. But we're aging, we're getting old. What about if you get wrinkles? Won't they accept you? You know, like, if you start getting wrinkles, if you start putting on a menopause weight, are they going not to accept you? For me, I feel like the same thing with the gray hair. If your husband tells you, like, oh, they don't like you going gray, you have to color your hair, then it means if you start getting wrinkles, they're going to ask you maybe to get Botox, or maybe if you start putting on weight, maybe they'll ask you to, maybe you should consider taking those insulin injections to lose the weight. So I feel like if you really, really want to go gray, if you really feel like you want to go gray, I think it's up to you. I don't think it has to do anything with everybody else. I think it has to be up to you. And again, for me, it's about being with somebody who accepts you. Like you're not going to look cute every day. Yeah, knows I'm not going to be looking cute every day. I try, but sometimes I have my braids and one is looking there and one is looking there, and he's like, "Oh, your hair looks nice." I'm like, "No, it doesn't." But the days we are doing something, I dress up, I take out my hair, and he loves it. But I think you kind of have to accept yourself. You have to accept it. You have to love yourself so much to like, this is what I'm going to do. And another thing I think you can do, go on YouTube and look at, get inspiration, you know, go on Instagram and type in gray hair women or something like that, and get inspiration and see how beautiful people are. And if you're like me and you like head wraps, you can also try that, you know, change, have your hair out and have your head wraps, you know, until like you get used to it. And I think slowly by slowly you get used to it, and then and if you have it straight, maybe that's even easier, because for me, I'm gray and I'm also natural, so that's double extra work, you know. I don't there's no work with the gray hair, but being gray and natural, you know, I don't do anything special to my hair. I just treat it like the way I treated it before I went gray. So yeah, for me, I think it starts all with you. It starts all with you, not everybody else. And do it, guys. And you know what happens if you go gray and you don't like it? You can always color your hair. But try it. You might love it. Go and get inspiration. But I think it all starts in here. I think our head sometimes is like telling us, like, people are staring, you know, like when I wear my gray hair out and people look, I'm like, yes, I'm beautiful, you can look at me, I'm beautiful, you know. And I also think because the hair, sometimes my hair doesn't match me well, I guess because people always tell me I look young, so I feel like sometimes the gray hair, because a lot of people always ask me, oh, did you color your hair? Did you even, you know, some young girls will say, oh, why did you color your hair gray? Because probably the hair doesn't match me. But yeah, for me, it all started with me accepting it. It all started with me saying, I'm tired of coloring my hair. I'm tired of buying this henna. I don't even know what is in it. It might make me sick, you know, and I don't want to go buy chemicals to color my hair, because that is even worse. Henna is actually natural herbs, so I wasn't going to go and start putting in as a buying color, putting in my hair. And this colors also is not healthy, you know. You put it in your hair, it might end up drying your hair, it might end up ruining your hair. And yeah, so for me, it all started with me saying, like, I'm going to accept myself, and if it means I'm never gonna find a partner, a boyfriend or whatever, if I'm never gonna find somebody to be with me because I have gray hair, then let it be like that. Yeah, I think I said, if I don't find somebody honestly because they don't like my gray hair, let it be like that. Then I'll be single. For the rest of my life. But I'm not going to do color my hair because I'm afraid I won't meet somebody, because I'm afraid people are going to look at me and think I'm old and all that. No, I think as soon as I accepted it, boom, everything was easy. So it's so easy for me to just wear my hair out. I don't think of it, and yeah, you know, it doesn't bother me. And maybe when I get wrinkles, I don't know, like, I'm a grandmother now, so it doesn't matter. I look like a grandmother. So yeah, so guys, if you really, really want to go gray, try it, and go get inspiration. And you can always go back, you know. You can always, it's like if you go gray, you can't go back. You can go gray, and if you don't like it, if you don't like it, you can always just color your hair again. So guys, I don't know if anybody will watch this video, but I hope you get inspired. I hope I've inspired you to go gray. You see how jet black my hair is behind there? Yeah, like, look how black it is. So I hope I've inspired you guys. If you want to go gray, you should go gray. And if you want to go natural, you should also go natural, you know. I think you find people who if you're going to go on a dating scene, you're going to find going on dating with gray hair, going on dating with natural hair, it's a special kind of man you're going to find. Yeah, it's a special kind of man you're going to find. And yeah, I found that man who accepted this hair. And when I stopped coloring my hair, I felt like a big burden was taken off me. I didn't have to worry about that, like why do I have to buy the henna and all that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, leave a comment if you're gray, leave a comment if you're thinking about going gray, and you can ask me any questions, and I'll be very willing to answer you. I always answer almost all of you guys, and if I don't answer you, it's because I haven't seen your comments. So thank you for watching, guys, and yeah, stay tuned for more videos like this. Bye.